kind of feeling. Whoa, oh, oh. Above the clouds where there's no rooftop, no ceiling. Whoa, oh, oh. Into a place where the light can't come, eclipse the sun. This is heavenly. All I want, all I need is right here next to me. It can't get better than this. No, 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 no. It can't get better than this. No, 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 no. This is so divine, 'cause right now
The age group online qualifier was such a fun competition. This year, I think the workouts, although we didn't really test a lot of high skill workouts, they were fun and they were challenging. And I think they were surprising in some ways that we did a workout that had 150 pistol squats and GHD sit-ups, and another workout that had 75 power cleans and 300 double unders. Like, that threw me for a wrench. I couldn't believe it. And all of the speculation around what we thought the workouts were going to be as the quarterfinals were released and the team events were released. And then we had some similarity to that. I really, really liked that. I liked the continuity of all of those workouts, while at the same time being completely surprised by a few of them. So overall, I liked them. I am nervous every year leading up to the AGOQ, because that is the weekend that decides my entire year. If I make it to the games, all the plans that I have are good to go. If I don't make it to the games, then I gotta rework the entire year and rethink the entire year. And you know, I actually feel less pressure at the CrossFit Games, less pressure at the CrossFit Open versus the age group online qualifier, because this is it. These 5 workouts will determine whether or not I make it to the games. So, with all that said, I wanted to share with you my thoughts on the workouts. I'm gonna go through each one of the workouts, workout 1, then workout 4, then workout 2, then 3, then 5. That's how I'm gonna go through these workouts. And I'm not gonna show you all of the workouts, but I'm gonna show you most of the workouts. I'll skip forward a few parts that are a little monotonous. There's really nothing to see there. But in general, I wanna share with you my thoughts on these workouts. This will be a little bit of a longer video, and I have timestamps in the description below to let you know where you can watch each one of the workouts. Let's jump into workout number 1. My strategy in workout 1 was to see how it feels. I thought that I might be able to go really big sets on the handstand push-ups and the shoulder to overheads with the dumbbells. So on round 1, honestly, it came out hot. I went 15 unbroken on the handstand push-ups and then 15 unbroken on the shoulder to overheads. And as I'm doing that, I'm thinking to myself, this feels okay right now, but I think this is gonna get much harder than I think. So this is just one of those workouts where I tested the quarterfinal workout and was able to just cruise through that whole thing, just crush it. You know, 10 strict handstand push-ups, 10 shoulder to overhead, 30 double unders. I think that was the workout. And I just went straight through the first 3 rounds, took that minute rest, straight through the second 3. I mean, obviously I'm not moving through it at the Noah Olson, Rich Froning pace, but I moved well, and I could have gone faster in testing that. Definitely could have gone faster. But when I approached this, I thought to myself, man, this is 15 and 15 plus rowing. The rowing is gonna be the recovery, obviously, but it's gonna jack up my heart rate. And I'm just gonna try to use my legs as much as I can. As I got off that rower on that first round, I remember thinking, okay, my heart rate is up. This is gonna be harder. I'm gonna need to break this up. Let's see how this one goes. Ultimately, my goal was to make sure I was never reaching failure on handstand push-ups or shoulder to overhead. At least not until the last round. On the second round here, I believe that I got 11 handstand push-ups, and then I did 4 more. And again, I'm thinking, oh man, okay, we gotta break this up more on the next round. And let's get to these shoulder overhead, let's see how it goes. And I feel like I practice working out enough to get a feel for how my shoulders are responding to this particular workout. You know, I probably could have gone into this workout with a little bit better game plan if I had to test it, if I could test it again, like probably 654 on handstand push-ups and shoulder to overhead the whole time, or maybe 654 on the handstand push-ups, 8-7 on the shoulder to overhead with quick breaks. Of course, just, haul ass on the rower. I held the rower at 1400-ish, which is a good pace for me for 15 calories in the middle of a workout. Maybe I could have pushed that to 1500 if I was breaking up those handstand push-ups and shoulder to overhead more. Also, I realized after the fact that I was doing push press the whole time. And if I could have found myself a solid rhythm on push jerks on the shoulder to overhead, really just find it's a touch slower, but find myself a good rhythm, I could have saved my shoulders a lot. But this was one of those tricky workouts where, my shoulders get taxed on the handstand push-ups, they enter the shoulder to overheads taxed, and if I use my legs a lot, I really jack up my heart rate, and then that messes up the row. So it's a brilliantly designed workout. Round 3. I am doing 6-5-4 on round 3. And I go 6-5-4 on round 3, 4, and 5. That just felt appropriate. Never wanting to reach failure on those handstand push-ups or shoulder to overhead because I'm not going to be able to recover from that in the middle of this workout. I'm going to skip forward just a little bit here. Okay, as I jump into this last round, lots of fatigue happening in the shoulders. I'm sure all of you felt that if you did this workout. I'm thinking 6-5-4 is appropriate, but now I'm getting close to failure on these sets. So I'm taking enough time to make sure I don't fail. Sets are getting tough now, really tough. Coming to shoulder to overhead, my shoulders are really tired. Still push pressing. Should have push jerked these. In the middle of the workout, I forgot. In between sets, I take this little walk that helps me sort of stay on track. Take a little circle walk, approach the weights, and go. That's generally my plan on that. There's something about this workout that really brutalized the upper body, particularly the triceps. I'm recording this 6 days after the workout, and my triceps are still a touch sore. For the past few days, if I had to put a mask on, it was hard, or sunglasses, it was hard to bend my arms that much. There was just enough pain. Now, on this row, the objective was to just send it. So I am jamming 1900, 2000 calories on here. There's people that can go way faster than that, but this is about max capacity for me on the rower. It is fun when you get to send it on the rower and just kill yourself. Boom, done. Now my primary focus here is we've got to get the camera because you're supposed to show the calories on the camera at the end of the workout. I've got one more set. Okay, I wasn't sending it. Now I'm in my 5th set. Another thing, so I'm just gonna leave this in here. I'm not gonna edit this out. It's funny watching that 4th set, knowing that, man, I was really struggling on the handstand push-ups. Struggling in the sense that just keeping myself from failing. I know and remember the panic in my head, a slight panic, thinking as I approach round 5, like round 4 was really hard. I still want to hold 6-5-4 because that's just a good rep scheme for me. I don't want to get up and down, but my shoulders and arms are tired. Man, they're tired. Thankfully, we could kip these handstand push-ups. Kipping the heck out of them. This is why this workout is 5 rounds. Dave Castro, when he was testing it, probably had it at 4 rounds because that would have been the same rep scheme as the elite athletes. They had 60 handstand push-ups, 60 shoulder to overhead in their workout. And he saw in testing probably that people were able to do 4 rounds, okay. But it was the 5th round that is the kicker. That's the one that is destructive. And I don't know how he thinks, but it always seems like he goes just an inch more to destroy. Okay. So you thought it would be fun to do 4 rounds of this? How about 5? See how 5 goes. I think I did my shoulder to overhead on that a little bit faster, knowing it's my last round. I am definitely sending it on the rower now. I was mistaken. Earlier, I was not sending it. Now I'm sending it. Feels good to just go berserk on the rower. Love my judge, Justin. He's the man. He is getting himself situated so that the camera can see the time, he can see my rower, and he can see the clock. And he's just doing such a good job. He judged every open workout, every AGOQ workout. Absolutely amazing. All right, we're doing the 4 rep max front squat. I made a mistake. I decided to do the front squat after the handstand push-up workout, which just doesn't make sense. I usually do a Metcon before lifting, and I think that's what where my head was at. I usually do a Metcon before lifting, and I think that's where my head was at. I warmed up, decided to hit 316 just to be a safe weight, and it was heavier than I imagined. My upper body was taxed from the workout earlier. So when it came to other attempts, it didn't go well. I rest up, and I thought I'm gonna hit 326. This is gonna be no problem. My upper body taxed. Legs are fine. Upper body is dead. And this makes me really sad watching this because I could have pushed this up. Here's rep number 3. On rep number 4, I could have done it. I gave up too early. Watch this. I'm right there. What was I doing? Why did I stop? I was right there. 326. That's like 30 spots in the standings. 30 spots. Thankfully, I had another chance to retest the front squat. I could retest it 2 days later. This is done on Thursday. I could retest it on Saturday. That's fine. Okay. Whew, at least I have a score. I can sleep well knowing I have a score. Ugh. Man, that was brutal. This one's a doozy. I tested this workout when the individuals events were released. And I capped out at the 20-minute mark. And I don't believe I got through the 40s on the pistols. Now, I was doing GHDs, rope climbs in my garage, and pistols. I didn't warm up pistols very well. I was just like, I felt like I would be warm by the time I got there. And the rope in my garage, as you've seen if you've watched my videos, I have to sit on the floor and do a pull or two before I get in the rope. It's kind of awkward and weird. It's not perfect. It's okay for legless rope climbs. I can sit on the floor and just legless rope climb it up, and that works. But I did not get through the 40s when I tested this workout. So working my way through the GHDs here, my plan was 20, let's see, we started with 70. what did I do? I must have done 20, 20. We started with 60. I think I did 20, 20, 20, obviously, and I took a quick break every 20 just to stand up and make sure that my abs didn't cramp up. That's something that does happen to me. In fact, when I was testing this workout for the individual version a month ago, I went from the GHD, I went unbroken, I believe, on the 60, and I screwed up. I went to pistols after that instead of the rope climb, but it all worked out. I went to pistols, and on my first pistol, my abs cramped up, and that was awful. I had to turn over and do a bit of a cobra stretch and then stand up and get into the pistols. So I wanted to avoid ab cramping because there's not a lot of room to retest this workout once you get into this thing. So I broke up the GHDs into sets of 60, trying to be consistent on the movement, but then literally getting out of the GHD, standing up on it, opening up my abs, and then getting back into the sit-ups so that by the time I got to the rope, I would be, not overly crazy fatigued. And I wasn't sure what the rope climb would feel like because when I practiced this, again, I was in my garage, not with a perfect rope. So here we go. Jumping into the rope climbs. And here's what happened. I jump up, I do a standard rope climb, and on the first pull, I feel the cramp. And this standard rope climb, grab it, bring my feet up as high as I can, latch on my feet, pull myself up. That's my standard rope climb. So when it came to realizing that my abs were really working hard on this, they were cramping up, I was like, oh shit, okay. I need to not bring my legs up so high. So over time through this workout, it became a big pull with my arms first, and then just bringing my knees up, as opposed to bringing my feet way up high to minimize that core work on that. And it worked. It worked really well. I never felt overly fatigued. And I think because I do these weird rope climbs, mostly legless in my garage, that my pulling muscles are well developed. And I can do regular rope climbs all day long if I haven't just done 60 GHDs. So getting that pull in on all of the rope climbs, that was actually pretty cool. Rope climbs feel like one of those movements, kind of like handstand push-ups. You pace yourself, you go hard, but you don't go too hard. You want to avoid that failure. Now I get into pistols. These are not a great movement for me. I definitely go up on my toes on every one of them. It's an ankle mobility issue, and my pistols actually get a little bit better over time. When I'm doing 150, my last set of 40 are probably my prettiest pistols. Even though I'm fatigued, the body has opened up and loosened up a bit. My ultimate goal on a pistol is to not fall over, is to not hop and skip and jump around. I got a few no reps because I lost balance on pistols and hopped and skipped. And my judge no repped me on those. He wasn't sure if he should no rep me on those, but it was appropriate. It's fine, it's appropriate. It probably cost me 10 or 15 seconds in the whole workout. Not worried about it. Pistols are brutal. Going to skip forward to the last round of pistols. Last couple of pistols here. Really long workout to try to watch the whole thing. It's not super exciting. Just a million reps of things. But the last set of pistols here, just trying to hang on. There was sweat everywhere. Okay, very happy to have finished that workout. Not a lot of strategy, just chip away at the entire thing. Workout 3. funny story here. On day one, when this got released, after all the workouts were done, I was talking to my buddy Adam, who was doing the other workouts at the same time on day one. And he and I were talking about this workout 3. And he's like, man, how do you think we're going to break up the reps? And I was like, man, I think I'm probably going to go like 20, 20, 20, 15. I think that's how you chip through that. And he's like, really? You think those big of sets? I'm like, oh yeah, 20. I mean, in a standard workout, if it was 21, 15, 9, we'd go unbroken on the power cleans. And he's like, man, I don't know. That seems like a lot. Anyway, I went to, after all the working out on Thursday, sat in the sauna for 10 minutes and was taking a shower, thinking to myself, okay. So if I do, let's take it down, like let's go 5 at a time on the power cleans. And so I was kind of imagining 5 power cleans as I'm just standing in the shower, 5 power cleans. Then how long would I rest? Man, I'd almost do a 1-to-1 work rest. Probably as it builds up, I'd probably rest more if I did sets of 5. Probably start taxing my grip. Interesting. Okay. So I started thinking, how long does it take to do singles? I'm doing spreadsheets in my head as I'm working through it. And then I did take a look at Mayhem. They had an AGOQ tips and tricks. Luckily, I was able to take a peek at that before doing this workout on Friday, and they said singles. Rich said, hey, I think this is a singles workout. I'm like, really? Singles? If Rich Froning thinks this is a singles workout, I think I might need to do singles. So I started working through it in my head again. Okay, maybe this is a singles workout. And he then said, you won't win the workout with the power cleans, but you could lose it. And I was like, oh, that struck a nerve. Because you could blow up and kill yourself on the power cleans and then not be able to do double unders. If you spike that heart rate and you need significant amounts of time to recover before you jump into double unders, you could just be stuck there. And I did talk to a couple of guys that did the workout. I completed it fairly early that day. I was probably one of the first ones in my circles of people that I talked to that got through the workout. And I just did fast singles, not messing around, fast singles. Then on the doubles, I did 50, 50, 50. May have tripped once in there somewhere. 50, 50, 50, 50 to get to 200. Then 40, 30, 30 to get done. Well, technically I did 40, 30, 24, and 6 because I was dying at the end and I had to stop. With 6 to go, I couldn't do 6 more. Everything was falling apart. I'll get to that in the video. But lots of guys text me like, yeah, I went, big set, 20, 25 to start off with, and I got all that done in under 4 minutes. And then they took over 5 minutes to get through the double unders. That's just one of those situations where, you blow up early and then can't manage through the double unders. So I thought to myself, man, if I could go really, really big sets on the doubles, we'll do it. So as I'm chipping away at the power cleans, there's nothing else to really think about. You just kind of do power cleans. But I'm gauging my fatigue and my heart rate and how all that's feeling. And as I got close to that 75 mark, I remember thinking, well, I'm not doing sets of 100 on the doubles. Maybe I'll try and it'll feel different once I get there, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. So let's go for 50 and see how that feels. And I can always change my mind and do some mental gymnastics while I'm doing double unders. But I did decide I'm gonna go 50 and let's see how that goes. So yeah, let's zip forward here. As I head back to the double unders, I see the clock. It's just over 5 minutes, and I really wanted to stay under 9 minutes. So I knew I had to get going. Jumped into the doubles. They were pretty hard to start out with. It wasn't this like relaxed, okay, just relax your shoulders, settle into this thing. It was fairly uncomfortable from the get-go. But I could do 50. I knew I could do 50. And that's what I did. I got to 50, took a quick break because it just felt appropriate. Let everything calm down, let shoulders calm down, let that heart rate drop just a smidge so that I can do another set of 50. Deep breathing, quick breath, and just jump right back into this thing. I've got to hurry through these doubles, but just like everything else, make sure that I don't cross that red line threshold that's absolutely going to kill me. I fast forward towards the end here. and I'm doing doubles. I'm really getting out of control at the end. My shoulders are so tired. I'm doing that big hop. I decided to take a quick break, reset, get my last 6 done, and punch a good score there. Last workout. Funny story about this workout. As I kind of go through this, I'm worried. I'm really worried. Prior to this workout, I was planning to do or retest my 4 rep max front squat. I was warming up. No big deal. I felt good. Legs felt good, felt strong. And I was like, I'm gonna hit 326, maybe even 331. We'll be fine. So I'm warming up the front squat, lots of warm up. And I pop on 135, it's fine, 185, 225, 255, 275, just gonna do 2. On the second one, I felt a bit of a pull, I felt pain in my right adductor, up near my groin, and that pain went down kind of to the inside of my knee. So some muscle that's in there got angry. And I walked around, I got really nervous. I was like, oh my God, I'm really, really nervous. Shoot, can I retest the 4 rep max? That was my first thought. And then I realized, I was like, I can't push this. I still have to do workout 5. If I hurt myself, I can't do workout 5, and that's it, game over. So kind of reluctantly, slightly disappointed. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna retest. I hope that 316 doesn't take me out of the running. I was really worried about that on a front squat, and it did. It was not a great score, but it made me worried. So I started to warm up, snatches, overhead squats. I felt my adductor, and I knew on the burpee box jump overs I was gonna be in that deep squat up on top of the box. So I was becoming very nervous. Thankfully, I was able to snatch 95 pounds. And overhead squat, I was able to do 135, then 155. Okay, throw 165 on there. I did 1 snatch, 1 overhead squat, a couple of burpee box jump overs. I told my judge, I'm like, let's go. While I've got adrenaline going, I don't feel too much pain in my adductor, but I notice it. I'm just gonna lean a little bit of my left side on these overhead squats. Let's just do this thing. He's like, do we need to adjust the music? I'm like, the music's fine, let's just do this thing. I did not want my body, my central nervous system to start to shut me down because of this adductor. I've got to get this workout done and get a score. And my plan was to redo the workout and go for broke on Sunday morning, but I didn't because I didn't want to injure this groin. Thankfully, a week later, it's just a little sore, so I don't have a significant injury, but it was definitely something. After 4 rep max front squat Thursday, 150 pistols, my legs were not ready to do a 4 rep max front squat. I'm not a superhero, apparently. I thought I could do it, but I didn't. Talking about this workout, my plan was steady on the burpee box jump overs. Just be steady. Nothing crazy, because the overhead squats are the make or break on this workout for me. I can't drop the overhead squat. And that was my number one concern. If I drop it, I lose a ton of time. Don't drop the overhead squat. Set of 12 felt good. Set of 9, I was slightly unbalanced, but I found it. On the set of 6, that snatch was really hard. And I was like, okay, 6, don't drop it. Stay tight, stay balanced. You're good. I even got to the 5th one. I'm like, 5, I have 1 more. Just don't drop it. Okay, now that 6th one is done, let's go berserk on these burpee box jump overs. And the funny thing about high burpee box jump overs is I'm sending it with all I've got, but it's not that much faster. I've got to hop and skip and jump and try to get to the ground. It's really not that easy to go fast. But at this point, I'm so happy in my mind, I have a score for this workout, and I'm good. I've got a score. Thank God. I have no idea if this score is good or if it's not good, but I have a score. Check. Done. It turns out it was an okay score for this workout. So to reflect on that entire experience with the AGOQ, I loved it. I loved the workouts, and maybe I have rose-colored glasses because it went well. And if it didn't go well, I could say that I didn't like the workouts. So I don't know. I thought they were a decent test of fitness. I would like to have seen muscle-ups, ring muscle-ups, some sort of a pulling movement other than a rope climb. But I think there were some separator workouts in there. If you don't do high volume GHDs as part of your training, then workout 2, puts you in a really tough spot. I don't do a lot of pistols in training, so I was a little worried about that. I've never done 150 pistols in a workout ever, and luckily I was able to get through those in this workout, and they went okay. They actually got better. I'm getting better at pistols, which is really nice. 4 rep max front squat, that's not anything that we ever test, so it had a different feel to it. Thankfully, a month ago I tested it when the individuals got their quarterfinal workouts, and I hit a good 4 rep max, but it was really interesting understanding that 3 reps doesn't matter. It's the 4th rep that messes everything up. Same with that workout 1. 4 rounds of 15 and 15 and 15 would have been fine. It's the 5th round that messes everything up. And I like how Dave Castro does that. It requires you to be smart, know your body, so that you can adjust along the way. Course adjustments all the time through all of those workouts in order to complete the workout. Burpee box jump over workout. The course adjustment for me there was, as I got into it and I was working my way through that first set of burpees, I was thinking, ooh, okay, I gotta be careful here. That overhead squat is gonna be tough for the set of 9. That's gonna be tough. I got this adductor issue, but really just balancing that overhead squat for that many reps. It's 27 total reps of overhead squats at 165. That's legit. Totally legit for me and a challenge. Let's be smart on those burpees, keep a nice pace, not go crazy, and make sure we don't drop that overhead squat. Let's just stay conservative and get through this workout. And then also, lastly, that workout number 3, no idea what to expect. We've never done 75 power cleans in a row and then 300 doublers. Never been experienced. Really hard when it's not a 5-rounder or this. I had no idea how that was gonna feel. Literally no clue until I got into it. And I know some guys that did that twice. Gross. Yuck. No, thank you. One and done felt great on that. I loved the format of the AGOQ this year as well. It was so great to be able to submit scores on the second day, the next day, and the next day. That takes so much pressure off a guy like me that thinks that I can just retest and retest and retest until Monday is over, leave no stone unturned. Oh, that's exhausting. And it's literally Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, absolute destructive exhaustion. This year for me, Thursday was a good day, got 3 events out of the way. Friday, 1 event. Saturday was going to retest, and then I did an event. Done. That was it. By Saturday at 1 o'clock, I had done all the workouts. Now, I was going to retest the workout Sunday morning, workout number 5, just for fun and go for broke. Squat snatch and just crush it. And maybe I would have taken, 30 seconds off that score if I went a little bit more berserk, a little more reckless. But it turns out that it doesn't matter. I needed top 20. I was in a good spot. When it's all done, I'm sitting in 4th. And now everything's under video review, and fingers crossed videos are good. I'm always so worried. Everyone's worried about that. We just want to get that final email that says, congratulations, you've qualified for the CrossFit Games. I'm meticulous about the videos, trying to make sure they're good. I have 2 cameras on at all times. The only snafu I had this year was that on workout 5, I forgot to push record on my second camera. So I only had 1 camera recording the workout. That is so stressful for me. 2 cameras always, and making sure I've got all the room, all the space I need on my phone, all the space on my GoPro, everything is set up, everything's in the screen. You can zoom in and see everything. I mean, it's stressful, but it was really nice to be done Saturday. Wow. And recover. Know that I've got an adductor issue. I've been training really hard. There's been a lot of things going on in life. And just take this following week to start a bit of a new adventure and take a week off from workouts. So, if you qualified, or you're in the top 20, at least at this point before video review, congratulations. It's really cool to qualify for the CrossFit Games. It's an amazing experience. If you are just out of the top 20, I understand. I've been there. It sucks to get close. Now, if you're like 21, 22, you might still get in, and I know you know that. But to be in the 20s or the low 30s, man, you worked hard. You're so close. You are just in that spot where it's tough. But congratulations, well done on your efforts. And if you are anywhere and you completed these workouts and you are super sore the next week, high five to you as well. It's so fun to be able to be 45 years old, any age that you are, teens or 35 and above, and be able to compete. To be able to compete in a sport that you're passionate about, that you love, that you train for. You know, we get to do this for as long as we want. You know, 65 and above is the last age group. So I'll see you there. Let's do that. In 20 years, let's do that too. So congratulations to all of you that did the AGOQ. Thank you for tuning into this longer video. If you like content like this and you want to follow this channel, please click the subscribe button so that I can continue to share the journey with you. Thanks. See you next time.
Better than this. Oh.